Of all the games that we mocked and ridiculed in 2024, for my money, I think Dragon Age the Veilguard was the worst. You can point to a bunch of other flops and disaster. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. At least that sent a message to Warner Brothers to stop with that crap, costing the company $200 million. You got Star Wars Outlaws. At least that was a buggy mess that you got a couple of laughs out of. Dustborn, you got a couple of funny memes out of it, but from the Veilguard, you didn't get anything new, unique, funny, or worthy of your time. It just came out and it was just bad, okay? And this wasn't, like a turn of face or a real, oh, what happened to BioWare moment. I mean, they've been trash for several releases now with Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda, and as quickly as it arrived, it was even more quickly forgotten. Yeah, there was the cringe pronoun and non-binary scene, but you could have got that same amount of nonsense from everything else that was out there. This game was just bad. And with the closing of this year, nobody's going to remember it moving forward, because EA will try to hide it as best as they can moving forward. And then when they make some grandiose proclamation that, hey guys, Mass Effect 5 is coming out, BioWare's back, oh baby, they are going to be picking up this franchise right where it left off with the conclusion of Mass Effect 3. There was nothing else that came out in the interim. Nope whatsoever. Nope. And BioWare's, they've been hard at work at this. It's going to be great, right? Wait, where's everybody going? And why are you bringing up that other game that doesn't make any sense? And then we drop support of in record time. What happened? But to just really drive home the point that this is just a mess of a game, Dragon Age the Veilguard in bottom half of Steam's top seller charts in 2024. Got beat by Hogwarts Legacy, came out last year. Elder Scrolls Online, does anybody still play that? And Final Fantasy 14. Holy crap. Like, I don't know about ESO. Final Fantasy 14 kind of had a tough year because its most recent expansion wasn't exactly well loved by the community, but it still performed better than the Veilguard. Hilarious. Steam released their best of 2024 charts, and it reveals that Hogwarts Legacy, among 50 other titles, sold better than Dragon Age the Veilguard. I wonder if pre-sales for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth are outpacing the Veilguard, because yeah, it was number one for like 2 days when it released, but after that, like, it was gone from the top seller charts. And even during the time of the winter sale, Rebirth has been in top 20, top 50 the entire time. Steam's best of 2024 charts, the company organized video games, based on total gross revenue earned from January 1st to December 15th. I think might have been a couple of days, maybe a day or two of Rebirth being on that list, but nothing more. It also separates games into 4 different brackets: Platinum, 1 through 12, Gold, 13 through 24, Silver, 25 through 50, and Bronze, 51 through 100. Inside those buckets, the games are randomly sorted. Ah, shit, so we're not going to be able to figure it out. Okay, so the Veilguard was placed in the Bronze bucket, meaning that at the very least 50 other games sold better than it, including Palworld. I actually picked that up. I got to play that. Destiny 2, Elden Ring, Helldivers 2, Black Myth Wukong, Black Ops 6, Baldur's Gate 3, Dota 2, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, Apex Legends, Counter-Strike 2, PUBG, and we're all in the Platinum bucket. Really? It's crazy. Other games that had higher grosses in the Veilguard include Warframe, First Descendant, Cyberpunk 2077, Path of Exile, Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero, Throne and Liberty were in the Gold bucket. Okay, Silver bucket, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Dragon's Dogma 2, Rainbow Six Siege, Ghost of Tsushima's Director's Cut, Red Dead Redemption 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Manor Lords, Tekken 8, Fallout 76, Final Fantasy 14, Elder Scrolls Online, Grand Theft Auto 5, and others. Given the randomization of the rankings within the buckets, it's quite possible Monster Hunter Wilds, which did not release until the end of February, had more revenue than Dragon Age the Veilguard, given it's in the same bucket. Exactly. Other games in the Bronze bucket include Metaphor ReFantazio, which released, oh Lord have mercy, October, maybe? Hades 2, Crusader Kings 3, Street Fighter 6, Overwatch 2, No Man's Sky, Farming Simulator 25, Stellaris, Euro Truck Simulator 2, and Civ 6, which is currently on sale for like $4, which is crazy. I really like 6. 6 is pretty decent. Played a lot of 5, but 7. Probably going to skip out on that one. Steam's charts come on the wake of the games industry head. Yes, Christopher Dring revealing how poorly Dragon Age Veilguard sold in Europe during an episode of Game Biz Industry Microcast. Oh yeah, to really drive this home. Dragon Age Veilguard came out at the end of October. Yes, October 31st, right? The only thing more spooky than a plus-sized model thinking that they can hop into their skimpy sexy witch costume. That was a number 19 in the best-selling game or new game chart, but was a number 68th overall. Yo, Dring added. It was Christmas, and in terms of the AAA blockbuster, the traditional big blockbuster Christmas games, you had Call of Duty, which did well, and you had Dragon Age, which did not. So that is disappointing in that position. Dragon Age had the market to itself, and it couldn't find an audience. Exactly. Like the next game to go ahead and share that same space isn't coming out until February, and that's Avowed, and we all see how that's shaping up. And that's really scary as we move into the following year. Really, of note, Dring also detailed games such as Black Myth Wukong and Palworld were not on the European charts, he cited, because their digital sales data had not been provided, so it's highly likely that the Veilguard is even lower down the real list. But you could also factor in Veilguard's digital sales, which are much better than their physical. But let's be completely honest. Where did a lion's share of the Veilguard's profits come from? Alright, those same outlets where Black Myth Wukong had over 2 million concurrent players, and how Palworld in the first couple of months of the year were getting mid to high 6-digit concurrent player counts. Oh yeah, right. Of all this data, it comes in the wake of the Veilguard's game director, a man pretending to be a woman using the name of Corinne Bush, evading a question about the game's sales data. And yeah, we recently did a video about that piece of work right there, blaming everybody else except for themselves for the failure of the game, only for it to really come crashing down that nobody bought your bad game. It's going to be forgotten, resigned to the dustbin of history, quickly to be usurped in every form and fashion by Avowed. And the reason, and a big reason, why the first half of 2025 is going to be setting the table for an eventual crash in the Western gaming industry in 2025. Because now we're getting the numbers, and Steam Replay highlights the AAA video game industry self-inflicted struggles. Reveals the platform's player base spent only 15% of playtime on new releases. Nobody liked the games that were coming out this year. That's crazy. To the surprise of absolutely no one, it appears that 2024 was an absolutely abysmal year for the AAA gaming industry, as a new Steam data point has revealed the shocking reality that very, very few players are interested in playing modern titles. Because, yeah, I can name you all of the bad games that came out this year, but when it comes to good games, like, most of them, they either didn't come out on Steam, or there just weren't that many good games that came out. Every year, Valve provides Steam players with their very own Steam Replay as annual review of the personal platform usage, which reveals a variety of statistics such as how many total games they played, how many achievements they unlocked, and which game they spent the most time in. Yeah, I think I got mine, and I don't think I looked at it, but I can just tell you, it's like I played Remake before the release of Rebirth a couple of times, and I don't know, did I run that back after I was done with my first play of Rebirth? But yeah, no, that was the game that I played the most, and yeah, I platinumed it, or whatever the equivalent is. I unlocked all the achievements on Steam, blah, 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 whatever. Another such statistic is the replay tracks is how much of one's time is spent playing new, released in 2024, a recent, released in the past 1 to 7 years, and classic, released in the last 8 years of games. Oh, there's Jason Isaacs, yes, being wasted as Brainiac and stupid Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Boo. In presenting this information, Steam also provides players with the platform's average, thus allowing them to compare and contrast their own performance with other players. And this year, as noted in every personalized replay page, it appears that across the entire global platform, players spent 47% of their total playtime engaging with recent games, 37% to classic, 15% new games released in 2024. A noted improvement from 2023's absolutely terrible 9%, but still falling below 2022's 17%. That's kind of crazy, because Baldur's Gate 3 was a phenomenon when it released, but I guess, does that go all the way back to when it first entered early access? So maybe that wasn't a new release. But 15%, it's like, yeah, Black Myth Wukong, Palworld entering early access. So I guess maybe it is early access, and that's why 2023 was down so awfully into single digits. And then, yeah, just a couple of people playing meme games for a hot second. Yeah, that completely and totally checks out. Admittedly, these statistics are slanted, yes, due to Steam's most popular titles, yes, still active live service or multiplayer titles like Counter-Strike, yes, Dota, and Grand Theft Auto 5. This is also worth noting the high price of new games, yes, which can range from 70% or $70, yes, upwards of $100 for the full experience, especially during such a moment of worldwide economic uncertainty. And yeah, most of this shit not being worth the premium price tag. Case and fucking point. This was such a bad year for gaming. 2024. It might not be the worst, but god damn it, man. You see those names: Kill the Justice League, Outlaws, Concord, Veilguard, Dustborn, Skull and Bones, X Defiant. Christ almighty, I think only Nintendo didn't have a bomb. But you had all of those other Sweet Baby Inc. games come and go with the studios open and close like a hooker's legs. It was so bad. And 2024 promises to be equally awful, but there is hope on the horizon, right? When I covered the Game Awards, unlike a bunch of people that just simply wanted to uniformly focus in on just how bad that Witcher 4 reveal trailer looked, and then of course Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, I'm not going to bat for either one of those games, and in fact, we'll very likely be talking about the Witcher 4 and its interesting development cycle that it's going through right now in the very near future. But in general, a lot of those announcements, they all could change, okay? They could all go down the path of DEI nonsense. I definitely reserve that critique for when that time comes, but in general, a lot of those games look pretty good, pretty devoid of modern dayisms. So yeah, in the future, okay, the stuff that's been cooking for a minute, not the stuff that's in its late stage development cycle, the stuff that's been worked on since 2021, 22, 23, but the stuff that is coming along right now, or at least the stuff that is coming from Eastern development houses. Those look like they could be saving the industry, giving you reason to check out new games. Other than that, though, with the impending collapse of Ubisoft, the more Microsoft studios just pumping out DEI festoon crap, yeah, it's gonna be tough sledding here for a little while, but the future looks bright. It's just also got to be darkest before the dawn. And that's me. Let's laugh at it, shall we? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. You to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.